Alright, here we are, start of the overnight camping on the DR650, about 15 k's out of Warburton, and the plan is we're going to go from Warburton up to Woods Point, have a look around, and then down to Walhalla for some camping. The roads there are mostly pretty easy, there's tons and tons of tracks around, but we'll see how we're going for time, whether I do some exploring or not. So yeah, so should be good fun, the sun's out. Could be a bit of rain around, so we'll see how that plays out. But yeah, basically DR is all set up, all packed up, should I say. As usual, packed too much stuff. So it's got the Wolfman bag on the back, tent, and then also a backpack for water and food. But yeah, should be good. Set up camp, have a fire. There's a good spot in Wahalla, I know, to camp, away from all the crowds. So yeah, so hopefully my helmet camera's working better now. I was having issues with the batteries, so if that doesn't work, we'll just have to use this camera. But yeah, we'll see how we go. Cool. Just quickly, I actually forgot to mention that where I am at the moment is the start of the Reefton Spur, which is a really awesome mountain road. So I'm going to go along that spur and then we're turning right to get to Woods Point, and that's where it turns into the dirt. But Reefton Spur is a lot of fun, done it many times on the Versys, not so many times on the DR, so we'll see how we go. But yeah, I'll get a bit of footage on the helmet cam, if it's working of course. Cool. Alright, so here we are on the Reefton Spur. Reefton Spur is an awesome mountain road, leading out to either Lake Mountain, Marysville, or if you turn right, kind of head in the Walhalla, Woods Point, Bor direction. Gets pretty busy with bikes, but anyone if you haven't done it before, it's really worth it. Especially when it's dry and warm, it's just a beautiful ride. So I've never used the drift in the microphone in this helmet before, so hopefully the microphone's okay. I've kind of got it tucked away further than I did in the my road helmet in the Showy. So yeah, fingers crossed it works okay. It's not too muffled or something like that. The other issue I had is the bloody drift battery. I don't know, it's not charging properly. Maybe it's just too old, or I had the wrong cable or something, or I don't know. We'll see how long it lasts. Alright, so I've cut it here. As I said before, this is all paved until we turn right to Woods Point. I mean, there's tracks everywhere, but you know, we're not out here to do them on this trip. Yeah, cool, so I'll come back to you a bit later. Well, I was just crapping on for about 10 minutes there and just realised the bloody thing wasn't recording. So anyway, so we're on the road to Woods Point. It's 60 k's. 60 k's of this dirt, loose gravel. So Woods Point is a old mining town, and Walhalla, so is Wahalla, but a bit of a bigger one. I've spent a fair bit of time at Walhalla. I've got a bit of family heritage there. Woods Point, I've only been there once. They're about an hour apart. So I'll be camping at Walhalla. I know a good spot. I was saying just before that, you know, there's so many tracks left, right and centre around here, which you could explore. But to do that, I prefer to have knobbies on. I mean, at the moment I've got Shinko 705s, which are really 80% road, 20% dirt. I mean, they're fine for this sort of stuff. It is a little bit squirmy, but it's fine. But I wouldn't want to be climbing muddy hills or anything like that. And there has been a bit of rain around here, so next time I do this, I reckon I'll come out here with the knobbies on, and you know, it's only an hour really from where I live to get out here, just over an hour. Come out here and do some difficult or fun tracks to get some confidence up with that sort of thing. Alright, we're at McAdams Gap. 1158 metres. It's been a bit of an interesting ride in. Tons of four-wheel drives coming past, almost demolishing me. But yeah, pretty much all of the same. About 5k's out of Matlock, which I'll stop there, and then not too far into Woods Point. Alright, so we're at Matlock, which is a little town sort of on a rise, just out of Woods Point. Last time I was here, just complete fog everywhere, so it's nice to have a little bit of sunshine and see something. Anyway, so I'm going to drop down to Woods Point. I think it's only another about 10 minutes or so from here. Everything's going well. Yeah, so there we go, there's the sign to Woods Point. When I come back, I'll be heading that way, straight on to Aberfeldy, and then down to Wahalla. Anyway, so this trip is, yeah, it was a bit, well, it wasn't planned. I kind of woke up and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do it. I've got a free weekend for once. I'm still actually, I'll just see if it's still recording. Last time it buggered me. There we go, yep. So I'm actually still a bit jet lagged because just got back from a holiday in Europe. Tough life, right? I was only 3 weeks, so I got back, it's Saturday today, and got back on Thursday, so a little bit jet lagged, so hopefully I don't wake up in the middle of the night in Walhalla with nothing to do. So anyway, so this trip is more just sort of testing stuff. I love it out this way, so always enjoy riding or bringing a four-wheel drive out here. So it's a bit of a test to see how everything goes with the packing, and you know, I really feel like I've packed way too much, but because out here it can get, I mean, it's probably around 19 degrees at the moment, so it's nice and warm, but it wasn't that long ago where it would get to, you know, 0 or 1 degrees overnight out here. So my packing has included, you know, all the liners for the pants and jacket, and then some thermals and stuff, but it's not the clothes that's taken up most of the room. I'm usually pretty ruthless with clothes. It's just a big tent, it's the chair, it's the sleeping bag, and it all adds up. And then I've got this backpack on, and I really hate wearing backpacks when riding. You just get sore shoulders, sore lower back. So in this backpack I've got the food. So I really need to, I mean, I've got panniers, but they don't really suit the DR650, so I have to look into something better, because I think I'm going to need panniers, because it's just, I mean, unless you're going on a massive trip, you probably need a backpack, but with this sort of thing, a couple of panniers would have eliminated having to wear this bloody backpack. So yeah, it's kind of testing everything out, just a bit of an easy one. There's no real difficult tracks. Next time I'd love to come out and not bring such a loaded bike and do some more exploring, but you know, when you're on your own and you don't have knobbies on or anything, one little mistake and it gets stuck. Anywho, all good. Alright, so this is Woods Point. Little mining town. It used to be a lot bigger. Little pub, a famous little petrol pump here. See obviously a lot of four-wheel drives around here. Come to the pub. Yeah, it's a good little place. It's actually got a little mini golf course, which is down there, which I'll show you in a minute when I just take a break. Yeah, cool little place. Here's a little famous petrol thing that's not working, but it's a cool photo. So yeah, that's down in Woods Point. I'm going to have a bit of a break, and after a bit of a rest, we'll get down to Aberfeldy and Walhalla. Cool. So there we go. It's not a bad setting for a little bit of lunch, bit of a snack. DR's going well. I'll show you that in a second. We've got a nice little river here. Let me just turn you around. So yeah, it's just a little river, a little Spa Creek running through Woods Point. And there's a little mini golf course, so they maintain it free. And when I was up here last time, I had a play, so you just put your gold coins in and you get your ball and you putt around the mini golf course, which is pretty cool. Anyway, just having a bit of a breather, a bit of a stretch of the legs. DR's going well, no problems. Yeah, all good. So just gonna take it easy for a little bit, then hit the road and just enjoy this little peaceful town. Cool. See ya. Alright, so had about a 15-minute break. This beautiful little spot. Had a drink of that fresh water, which was beautiful. So fresh. Hang on, where's my phone? So we're going to take off out of Woods Point now, hoping those clouds bugger off. It's about 30 k's to Aberfeldy. Then I've got to wind down and meander off and take the Walhalla road. Let's get this plugged in. So yeah, should be at camp in about, set up in about an hour and a half. Can't wait to just relax. Oh, there's a bit of sun. Get the fire going and take it easy, because I'm pretty beat up from that 60 k's on that track. That bloody sore body. Anyway, all good. It's all part of it. So it's time to hit the road. Right, I'll switch this on a bit later. Alright, so we're back just at the top out of Matlock, and we're going down to Aberfeldy, which is 30 k's. I've never been this way before, down to Aberfeldy, so I mean, I imagine it's all much of the same, but I haven't actually seen, make sure I'm going the right way, yep, I haven't actually seen this bit of Matlock, because you see that it's covered in snow, fog, but yeah, a couple of houses, I don't know what people do out here. Anyway, so, now I just wanted to say that I'm not an experienced off-road rider at all. I mean, I've had the DR650 for almost a year now, and really I haven't done heaps, so I'm still learning, and a lot that goes through my mind is I don't want to get comfortable with bad habits. So, you know, I've done some pretty difficult stuff, probably done it badly. The fact that I've got these Shinko tyres on is not helping my confidence on these sort of roads. I mean, this is a two-wheel drive track, and I mean, you could push your grandpa up in a wheelchair on this sort of stuff. But some of the sections, I mean, not this, but some of the sections had a lot of loose gravel on top, like a really thick layer of loose gravel, and of course you're swerving around, and I can feel that my front tyre on the corners just stepping out, and it scares the shit out of me. And sometimes I'm more comfortable with the squirminess, but sometimes I lose confidence, then I'm not comfortable at all. So, I mean, it's obviously about practice and getting out more. But yeah, as soon as you have a few squirmy bits and you lose confidence, I feel that that's when the bad habits sort of creep in. And but I guess I hope, well, it all comes with experience, and maybe some lessons, or I don't know, I have to research up on a bit. But yeah, look, I sort of take it at my own pace. Sometimes I find myself coming in way too hot to some of the corners, and then there's loose gravel, and then I shit myself. But yeah, I mean, most of this is pretty cruisy. And I know I really want to challenge myself, and some of the difficult tracks I've gone up, I've come off, and you know, you get halfway up the track, and then something happens and you shoot yourself, or you lose momentum, and then, you know, so that that's happened a lot to me. But I love it. I love coming out and exploring, doing these sort of things. That's why I bought the DR650. I just felt I mean, I had a Kawasaki Versus. I mean, it could do this easy, but I mean, some of the other stuff it couldn't, and you're dropping it. It's a big heavy bike, and yeah. Anyway, so that's where I'm at with my sort of off-road ability. Cool. We'll come back when something gets a little bit more interesting. Just want these bloody rain clouds to bugger off. I can see over there. The drift probably can't pick it up, but bloody looks like rain. Alright, see you guys later on. Alright, so we're at the Aberfeldy Cemetery. Aberfeldy's a little town between Woods Point and Matlock and Walhalla. Been here a couple of times. It's actually really nice, but not going to stay long because there's really dark clouds everywhere. So I really think that I'm going to get a bit of a downpour soon. So I want to outrun the rain, get to camp. Alright, see you later on. Okay, so this was the gravesite I was talking about. The grave of Kitty Kane. It's all a little bit creepy. Now, I'm not sure if I had that story correct. We'll find out in a second. Kitty Kane's 22 stone weight posed a problem for the pack horses that were to carry her to the Aberfeldy Cemetery. It was decided she'd be laid to rest here, a short distance from her shanty. Well, there you go. So they couldn't quite get her all the way. A little bit eerie out here. Anyway, all's good. The rain's kind of held off. I'm hoping it stays that way. The old DR's slipping and sliding around. Anyway, we'll continue on, and that's the historic grave. But yeah, quite interesting. Cool. Okay, here's a bit of a look out to the Thompson Dam down there. Massive, massive dam. Yeah, not a bad little spot. Haven't seen many people around, and yeah, a couple of four-wheel drives on this path. So you can see, yeah, the Thompson Dam starts from all the way up there. Cool, so not too far to go now. I'd say half an hour. We'll be at the campsite, set up and relax, and hopefully not followed by bloody Kitty Kane's ghost. Alright, see you soon. Changed a bit. So we're right in the thick of a cloud now, so it's much colder and a bit drizzly. That's why I had to pack so much stuff in terms of liners and thermals, and because one moment we're at 19 degrees in the sun, and now it feels like, I don't know, 10 degrees or something. No higher than I'm actually lower than where I was. Just so happens that this is all covered in cloud. Alright, so it's morning now, all packed up and ready to go. It was a bit of a bust last night because I got pretty much torrential rain, so it wasn't that great. Anyway, here's a look at the campsite. So yeah, didn't do much filming last night because it was just too much rain. Did manage to have a bit of a campfire. It stopped for a bit, but yeah, mostly thunderstorms. So anyway, going to hit the road. It's a beautiful sunny morning and it's going to be nice riding today. It's a bit of a fun track out of here, so I'll record that a bit. Okay, cool. Alright, so leaving the campsite now. I think the last I filmed, I was just starting to rain. And what happened after that was a absolute torrential downpour and thunderstorms. It's all nice and sunny this morning, it's beautiful, but what actually happened is, yeah, for about half an hour there was just absolute downpour. I had to wait trying to find some shelter for about half an hour before it stopped, and then quickly get my tent up and quickly get a fire going with some petrol to dry out some wood, and that took a while. But once I got the fire going, got set up, the rain actually stopped, which was really nice, and it stopped for about 2.5 hours. So plenty of time to have some dinner, relax, have a drink, get things dry by the fire. Like I said before, I didn't do much filming because my cameras were actually not working. I was a little bit worried, but it turns out they're just a little bit damp, so luckily they're working now. But so you're just winding out of the cricket track, cricket ground track, just above Wahalla. It's a pretty popular little track this, but it's closed at the moment because we own some land out here. We have a key, so able to get in, which is nice. This road is very, very slippery. I'm on pretty much kind of road tyres, so just taking it easy a bit. Really need the knobbies on for some of this stuff. Anyway, all good. It's been I was pretty defeated when the rain hit. I thought, oh no, I'm not going to be able to have a fire. I'm going to be drenching wet, and I almost threw in the towel and took off because I was just devastated after sort of a long day of riding yesterday. I wouldn't be able to sit around a campfire, but that's what it's all about. So I stuck it out, and then it all turned out really well, and this morning's beautiful, so really happy with that. So yeah, I'll just let this run for a little bit. This track's kind of nice, but yeah, cool. We'll catch you a bit further on. Coming down here yesterday, this was an absolute river. I was pretty much just sliding down, crapping myself. Everything was drenched. I wish I could have got some footage of it, but it's just too wet. Whoa, that's slippery. Next time, make an effort to put the knobbies on. It's worth it. Note to self. Put cameras away when it gets really wet. So here's the gate to this track, which I have a key to. You can actually scoot around it, but yesterday I actually opened it because this was pretty much a river. But yeah, you can just scoot around it like that. Simple. There we go. Alright, so just wound down into Wahalla. What's the time? 9:15. Only took 10 minutes, so there's some camping down there. Chinese gardens. There's all sorts of spots you can camp in Wahalla. It is nice to camp in the town. Go to the pub and enjoy the sort of historic stuff. For what I was doing, I sort of prefer not to do that. And And there's the North Gardens, which is nice to camp at. Fair few people down there. It's good. And yeah, this is just through the town. My grandpa's house, old house, it's just past it actually. Long story about family heritage from here, but yeah, story for another time. But yeah, beautiful little town in the valley. Definitely worth coming to if you haven't been before. Can get pretty busy, and tons of four-wheel driving out here. Get a lot of rednecks around. But yeah, beautiful little town. In terms of the, it's probably a bit boring, but in terms of the family heritage here, my great-grandfather came over from Italy, because this was gold mining, so all the old mines up there. So he came over for prospecting from Italy and moved up here. And back then, I mean, this was quite a big town, and the blocks that I camped on used to be all farming and houses, or not houses, but little houses out there. And there's actually remnants of the old house there. And when you look at photos of this place back then, yeah, it was a big township, and all for gold mining. So coming here, you can go on the old, there's railroads out into the bush, there's the old train lines to go on, there's the mining tours you can do. So it's pretty cool. So my grandfather grew up out here when he was quite young. So yeah, we had sort of houses, we had remnants of that era left over, bits and pieces. The cottage, which is quite popular to stay out here, it's called Guada's Cottage, is actually used to be owned by my family, and Guada used to be my last name until it got changed. Anyway, so a bit of boring family history, but pretty cool. Means a bit to me, this place, knowing that my ancestry was out here. So yeah, it's pretty cool to come out here and camp and relax and enjoy sort of what's left of it, which has sort of been turned into a tourist town, obviously, because the gold mining is no longer here. And of course, for my dad as well loves coming out here, and my uncle, and they were all came up here for holiday houses that we had and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And it's the old Wally pub. Anyway, so that's about it. So the road out of here is pretty nice, and then the rest of it's a bit boring, so I'll probably cut it now. If there's anything else to say later on, I'll just jump back on. Cool, catch you later on. Alright, about to cross the bridge, Thompson River Bridge out of Wahalla. Thompson Dam's a nice place to go as well. It's just sort of up north a little bit. It's not far, but not going to do it today. This is a fairly new bridge, this one. Not sure if the drifter picked it up, but I'll try and look to the left here where the old train bridge is, which is there. Not sure if you'll be able to see it there. Anyway, you can camp all around here, and it's good fishing too. Yeah, so that's where your sort of tourist train track ends, down there. Cool, well, not much else to see here, just meandering out of, go out of Wahalla now, hit Rawson, and then hit the highway pretty much, and that's about it. But I'll probably come back a bit later on just to have a chat about the weekend, and yeah, sort of talk about how everything went. Bloody rain ruined it a bit, but I'm glad I stuck it out. It all ended up being just fine. Alright, cool. Catch you later.